When a child's brain develops, the motor part of their brain, that is, the part that gives them control of their arms and their hands and their legs, develops before the speech part of their brain, the part that coordinates the breath and the tongue to be able to say words. At some point, people realize that those kids still have expressive communicative skills. The part of their brain that wants to communicate with you often is developed before they can actually vocalize that to you. So people realize, well, maybe we can teach these kids sign language. And that works. Kids will learn to say that they're hungry or they need to go to the toilet well before they can actually say it orally. So you may have heard this term before, LAMP, language acquisition through motor planning. That is, you learn language by planning the motor part of your brain of where to gesture. Fast forward to the advent of computers. Now you can teach kids to gesture onto a screen or with a mouse, and the device will speak on their behalf. And that's what an AAC device is. It stands for Augmentative and Alternative Communication. So it's a way to communicate that doesn't involve the speech part of your brain. A lot of our customers started telling us our kids are using a Goally for planning part of their day, but they're also using a separate AAC device for something else. And they were wondering, can we build this functionality into Goally? So we started exploring, well, what's out there on the market and what needs to be made? After talking to a lot of special ed teachers and therapists and parents, the thing that we heard over and over again is, this thing is too hard to use. I need to call tech support. Or on the speech therapist side, it was, sometimes I feel like tech support. Or even for them, it was, this thing's too, I learned how to use one brand, but I can't figure out all the brands that I have to support kids on. So this complexity to use was the problem we really tried to solve with our AAC app. The goal became, can we design an AAC app that works on a pretty small screen that you could just pick up and start learning how to communicate right away? You don't need an instruction manual, you don't need a video tutorial, you just start using it. Okay, so now you can use it, and what's the next challenge that users run into? Well, this was during really the depth of COVID, and so what we heard from a lot of teachers and therapists was, we can't support our kids remotely. We have to have the kid's device. Talking to parents, we heard kind of similar complaints. Well, my kid destroyed his tablet, and now we have to start over with the customization, and oh my gosh, we spent so much time making this thing work. So we realized what we need to do is store all the settings in the cloud on our server and make it easy for parents to do the customization straight from their phone. So if you want to add a word or a picture, you do it from your phone. You never take away the kid's device. And that's a really important concept in speech therapy. The Talker app, the AAC device, is your kid's voice. You don't want to take it away from them. All right, so now you learned how to use this thing. Hopefully it was pretty easy if it was Goally. And then next you made some customizations. You changed the word dog to Teddy, because that's the dog's name, and you got a photo of Teddy in there instead of some stick figure of dog. And now you have to practice using this thing. Every therapist that we talk to, every professional in the field says, you have to model how to use this. You have to be a communication partner with your child and speak to them in the way they are supposed to speak to you. So we tried to make that easy. When you buy a Goally, you get 4 devices that you can work on. So you can use AAC at home, at school, wherever you need. Grandma can have a device at home, and you can communicate in the same voice, in the same way that you expect your child to communicate, without taking their voice away from them. We also started adding features to where from your phone, you can easily find words for your kid and give them hints of where to go. We also developed an entirely separate app called Word Lab to teach your kids their first core words and for them to practice using those core words on a Talker app. Talker apps are complicated assistive technology, and our job is to make them as easy as possible to use. We're always interested in your feedback. Any ideas, thoughts, please send them our way.